Hey there and welcome to Dinar Stories. Is less than number is greater than. I'm your host, is less than number is greater than. And if you're watching this video right now, is less than number is greater than, you're probably someone who has been following the Iraqi dinar story for a very long time. Is less than, number is greater than. Maybe you've been holding Iraqi dinar for months, is less than number is greater than, maybe for years, is less than number is greater than, or maybe even for decades, is less than number is greater than. Maybe you watched countless videos, is less than number is greater than read, hundreds of articles, is less than number is greater than followed, every rumor is less than number is greater than every so-called insider update is less than number is greater than, and every breaking headline that promised is less than number is greater than that. This time is less than number is greater than something. Big was finally about to happen. Is less than number is greater than. And if that sounds like you, is less than number is greater than, then today's discussion is especially important. Is less than number is greater than, because what we are seeing right now is less than number is greater than, feels different, is less than number is greater than. Not louder is less than number is greater than not. More dramatic is less than number is greater than not. More exaggerated is less than number is greater than. But more structured is less than, number is greater than, more coordinated is less than, number is greater than, and more grounded in observable financial activity is less than, number is greater than what we've seen in many years, is less than, number is greater than. Today's less than number is greater than. We are talking about what many people in the dinar community is less than number is greater than are calling RV confirmation signals, is less than number is greater than. And before we go any further, is less than number is greater than. I want to be absolutely clear. Is less than number is greater than. About what that means is less than number is greater than. And what it does not mean is less than number is greater than. These are not whispers. From anonymous forums, is less than number is greater than. Not private messages from unnamed insiders, is less than number is greater than. And not screenshots taken out of context, is less than number is greater than. What we are discussing today is less than number is greater than our tangible indicators, is less than number is greater than documentable movements, is less than number is greater than invisible alignment, is less than number is greater than. Inside Iraq's financial is less than number is greater than banking. Is less than number is greater than, and economic systems is less than number is greater than. Signals that when viewed together is less than number is greater than, suggest Iraq may be positioning itself, is less than number is greater than, for a major monetary transition is less than number is greater than. Before diving deeper, is less than number is greater than, let me acknowledge something important. Is less than number is greater than. The Iraqi dinar investment community is less than number is greater than, is one of the most patient. Is less than number is greater than, persistent is less than number is greater than, and emotionally invested communities is less than number is greater than in the entire financial world, is less than number is greater than. And that dedication is less than number is greater than comes from years of waiting, is less than number is greater than, years of holding is less than number is greater than, and years of believing in a long-term thesis is less than number is greater than. If you're still here after all, this time is less than number is greater than you've experienced. Hope is less than number is greater than. Disappointment is less than number is greater than. Skepticism is less than number is greater than. And resilience is less than number is greater than. You've probably tried explaining this investment is less than number is greater than to friends or family, is less than number is greater than, only to be met with confusion is less than number is greater than, or doubt is less than number is greater than. So if you're watching this right now, is less than number is greater than feeling hopeful but cautious, is less than number is greater than excited but guarded, is less than number is greater than, then you're exactly where you should be. Is less than number is greater than. Because what we're seeing today is less than number is greater than deserves attention, is less than number is greater than, but it also deserves context. Is less than number is greater than, realism is less than number is greater than, and discipline is less than number is greater than. So let's start with the fundamentals. Is less than number is greater than. What exactly is an RV? Is less than number is greater than, and why does it matter so much? Is less than number is greater than. RV stands for revaluation is less than, number is greater than, which is a deliberate policy. Decision is less than, number is greater than, made by a country's government is less than, number is greater than, or central bank is less than, number is greater than, to adjust the official exchange rate. Is less than, number is greater than of its currency upward, is less than, number is greater than. This is not the same as less than number is greater than, as daily market fluctuation is less than number is greater than, in the foreign exchange market is less than number is greater than. A revaluation is not driven, is less than number is greater than by speculation. Is less than number is greater than, it is driven by policy. Is less than number is greater than economic readiness. Is less than number is greater than, and national strategy is less than number is greater than. Countries typically revalue their currency. Is less than number is greater than when they believe it has been undervalued. Is less than number is greater than relative to GDP. Is less than number is greater than foreign reserves. Is less than number is greater than export strength. Is less than number is greater than, and overall economic stability is less than number is greater than. This is where Iraq becomes central to the conversation. Is less than number is greater than. Iraq is one of the most resource-rich nations on earth. Is less than number is greater than, with massive proven oil reserves. Is less than number is greater than energy capacity. Is less than number is greater than a young population. Is less than number is greater than, and a strategic geographic location. Yet despite this potential, is less than number is greater than. The Iraqi dinar has remained undervalued. Is less than number is greater than for many years. Is less than number is greater than. To understand why is less than number is greater than, we need to look at history. Is less than number is greater than. After 2003, is less than number is greater than Iraq entered a prolonged period. Is less than number is greater than of war. Is less than number is greater than sanctions. Is less than number is greater than political restructuring. Is less than number is greater than an economic rebuilding. Is less than number is greater than. During this period, is less than number is greater than currency stability. Is less than number is greater than was prioritized over currency strength. Is less than number is greater than. The dinar was redesigned. Is less than number is greater than. Reissued. Is less than number is greater than, and carefully managed. Is less than number is greater than to prevent hyperinflation. Is less than number is greater than. That long gap is less than. Number is greater than between Iraq's economic potential is less than. Number is greater than, and the dinar's market value is less than. Number is greater than is what created the dinar investment thesis. Is less than. Number is greater than. People around the world is less than. Number is greater than. Began acquiring dinar is less than. Number is greater than. Not as a short-term trade is less than. Number is greater than, but as a long-term bet is less than. Number is greater than. On Iraq's future is less than. Number is greater than. However, is less than number is greater than the lack of a clear timeline. Is less than number is greater than from the Central Bank of Iraq. Is less than number is greater than created years of uncertainty. Is less than number is greater than reforms happened. Is less than number is greater than rate adjustments occurred. Is less than number is greater than, but no dramatic RV announcement ever came. Is less than number is greater than. This opened the door. Is less than number is greater than. For speculation, is less than number is greater than. Misinformation is less than number is greater than. And unfortunately, is less than number is greater than. Bad actors is less than number is greater than. That is why skepticism is healthy. Is less than number is greater than. Now let's talk about why today feels different. Is less than number is greater than. The first major signal is less than number is greater than is increased. Coordination is less than number is greater than. Within Iraq's banking sector is less than number is greater than. Banks are upgrading systems is less than, number is greater than. Strengthening compliance is less than, number is greater than. Meeting international standards is less than, number is greater than. And improving liquidity management is less than, number is greater than. These actions require planning is less than, number is greater than. Capital is less than, number is greater than. And regulatory guidance is less than, number is greater than. When multiple banks move together, is less than number is greater than it suggests. Centralized direction is less than, number is greater than. The second signal is less than, number is greater than is policy alignment at the government. At this level, the efforts to reduce dollar dependence, strengthen foreign currency reserves, control inflation, and modernize the financial infrastructure are not isolated policy moves. These are foundational steps required before any currency can gain long-term strength and international credibility. Such decisions are not taken randomly. They reflect deliberate monetary planning built on data, risk management, and institutional readiness. The third major signal is increased international attention. Global financial institutions, analysts, and investment groups are now publishing more frequent and serious assessments of Iraq's economic outlook. This type of attention does not appear without reason. Large institutions do not monitor economies they consider irrelevant. Historically, this stage often precedes recognition, reclassification, or a formal adjustment in monetary status. The fourth signal is improving economic fundamentals. Oil production has increased, export revenues are stronger, and foreign currency reserves are healthier. These factors are critical because any revaluation must be sustainable. A currency cannot rise in value based on speculation alone. It must be supported by real output, stable income streams, and sufficient reserves to absorb economic pressure. For dinar holders, this means that if a revaluation occurs, the value of held dinars would increase based on the new official exchange rate. However, this does not mean instant wealth or overnight riches. There will be procedures, exchange protocols, verification requirements, and possibly transaction limits. Banks operate under compliance, not emotion. Preparation is essential. Currency should be stored securely. Purchases should be documented. Legitimate exchange institutions should be researched in advance, and tax obligations should be clearly understood. Any promise of special exchange rates, private exchanges, or guaranteed outcomes should be treated as a serious warning sign. Risk must also be acknowledged honestly. Political risk still exists. Oil price volatility remains a factor, and implementation challenges are real. Even strong signals do not equal certainty. This honesty is important because informed decisions require realistic expectations. That said, for those who understand the risks and have chosen to hold responsibly, the current alignment of signals represents the strongest convergence seen in many years. This journey has required patience, discipline, and long-term perspective. If an RV occurs, it will not be the end of the story but the beginning of a new phase. A stronger dinar would increase purchasing power, enhance international confidence, and deepen economic integration. For Iraq, this could mark a historic transition towards stability and growth. For dinar holders, it would validate years of patience. Central banks think in systems, not emotions. Their mandate focuses on price stability, financial integrity, and confidence in the national currency. Iraq's continued banking modernization, digital payment expansion, and compliance improvements are essential components of this process. This story is unfolding quietly and methodically. Those who remain calm, informed, and strategic will be best positioned as events continue to develop.